The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Council stretched 300 meters in every direction, its walls alive with bioluminescent patterns that shifted with each speaker's emotional state. Ambassador Liam Chen stood at the human delegation's podium, his dark suit a stark contrast to the elaborate robes and carapaces of the assembled species. Beside him, his aide Lavia Martinez reviewed the data one final time, her fingers trembling slightly as she scrolled through the tablet. "The Terran delegation wishes to propose," Liam began, his voice steady despite the weight of 1,000 hostile eyes upon him. "A mutual defense pact. Humanity offers technological collaboration, military support, and economic partnership in exchange for—" Laughter erupted across the chamber. It started with the Veil representative, a towering insectoid whose chittering mandibles created a sound like breaking glass. The Cathara joined next, their three-headed form writhing with amusement. Within seconds, the entire council dissolved into mockery. The chamber's walls pulsed with colors Liam had learned to recognize: contempt, derision, superiority. Chancellor Drevok, the Molthari who presided over the council, raised one of his four arms. The laughter quieted to scattered chuckles. "Ambassador Chen," he said, his translator rendering his words with barely concealed condescension, "humanity has been part of the galactic community for precisely 12 standard years. 12. Some species in this chamber have civilizations older than your planet's formation. We understand that, Chancellor, but you understand nothing." Drevok's golden eyes narrowed. "Your species possesses no unique technology. Your military is laughably primitive. You control exactly one star system, and yet you come here again asking to be treated as equals." He leaned forward. "Tell me, what exactly does humanity bring to this council besides audacity?" Lavia's hand found Liam's elbow, a subtle warning. She'd worked with him long enough to recognize the tension in his jaw, the way his shoulders squared. "Sir," she whispered, "the protocol—" "I know the protocol," Liam murmured back. He looked up at Drevok, then slowly scanned the chamber. Every species represented here had rejected Earth's proposals at least once. Some had done so a dozen times. The pattern was always the same. Humanity would present evidence of their value. The Council would laugh, and Earth would leave with nothing but promises to revisit the discussion at some undefined future date. But this time felt different. This time, Liam had seen the intelligence reports Lavia had compiled. While Earth had been begging for scraps at the Council's table, 3 minor species had approached humanity privately, desperately. The Venali were facing extinction from a plague. The Court Mining Collective was on the brink of economic collapse. The Picts had lost their home system to a stellar event and needed somewhere, anywhere to go. Earth had helped them all. Humanity's medical researchers had synthesized a cure for the Venali plague in 8 months, a process that would have taken established council species years to even begin. Human engineers had redesigned the court mining operations, increasing efficiency by 300%. And Earth had welcomed the Picts refugees with open arms, giving them land and resources to rebuild. None of these species were council members. None of them mattered to the great powers of the galaxy, but they mattered to Liam. "Chancellor Drevok," Liam said quietly, "you asked what humanity brings to the council. That's a fair question." He closed the proposal document on his podium. Lavia looked at him sharply, confusion crossing her features. That document had taken 6 months to prepare. "We bring nothing," Liam continued. "At least nothing you want." The chamber fell silent. Even the bioluminescent walls seemed to pause, caught between colors. "We offer innovation, but you call it primitive. We offer loyalty, but you call it naivety. We offer our lives in mutual defense, but you call it audacity." Liam's voice remained calm, conversational even. "You're right, Chancellor. We are young. We are small. By your standards, we are insignificant." He began gathering his materials, sliding data chips into his case with deliberate precision. Lavia stared at him, then quickly began packing her own tablet and papers. The rustle of their movements echoed in the absolute silence of the chamber. "Ambassador Chen," Drevok said slowly, "what are you doing?" "Leaving, Chancellor." Liam snapped his case shut. "Humanity has spent 12 years asking permission to matter. We've made proposal after proposal, compromise after compromise. We've tried to earn your respect by your rules." He looked up at the assembled council, And for the first time, his expression was completely neutral. Not angry, not hurt, just done. But here's something we've learned about the galaxy, Chancellor. Respect isn't given by councils. It's built through actions. And while we've been here asking you to notice us, we've been building something far more valuable than a seat at your table. He gestured for Lavia to follow him. She hesitated for only a moment before falling in step beside him. Their footsteps rang out against the crystal floor as they walked toward the chamber's exit. You walk away from the council? Drevok's voice carried a note of warning. You understand what this means? Without our sanction, your trade routes are unprotected. Your colonies are unrecognized. Your very existence in galactic space is... Liam stopped at the doorway and turned back one final time. The Venali, the court, and the Pix don't care about your sanctions, Chancellor. Neither do the 17 other species who've approached us privately in the last year. They care about results. They care about partners who answer calls for help instead of laughing at them. The walls blazed red. Anger. Fear. While you've been laughing at us, Liam said softly, we've been building our own council. One based on mutual aid rather than ancient privilege. One where species are judged by their character, not their age. He smiled, and it was genuine. We're calling it the Terran Alliance. You're welcome to join, if you ever decide you value partnership over position. He and Lavia walked out, the door sealed behind them with a whisper. Inside the chamber, silence reigned for a full minute before Chancellor Drevok spoke. His voice barely above a whisper. Find out how many species have joined this alliance. The answer came 3 hours later. 47 species, with more applications arriving by the day. The council had laughed at humanity. Humanity had simply walked away and built something better. Outside the council building, Lavia finally let herself smile. Sir, that was either brilliant or career suicide. Liam looked up at the artificial sky of the council station, where stars shone with borrowed light. Maybe both. But I'm tired of begging people to see our worth, Lavia. Let's go home and show them instead. They walked toward their ship together, leaving the council and its laughter far behind.